Dolphins fans, welcome into Dolphins Today. I'm your host, Will Scott, and on today's show, we're going to be breaking down the newest Miami Dolphins rumors and news, and OTAs going on, players taking questions from the media. Tyreek Hill, once again, standing up for his young quarterback, Tua Tagovailoa. Here's what he said yesterday at OTAs. Tua actually has one of the prettiest balls I've ever caught in my life. Tua is a very accurate quarterback. I'm very confident, my QB. The sky is the limit for that guy. Heck of a talent, has crazy arm strength, arm talent. And it's great to see Tyreek defending Tua time and time again. He's gone out of his way to stand up for Tua, and we've seen the media attack Tua. We've seen football fans on Twitter go after Tua after that throw, after whatever he does. It seems like he's getting attacked on Twitter. So great to see Tyreek Hill stepping up, being a leader on this team. He hasn't even played a down for the Dolphins yet, and here he is going out of his way, standing up for Tua Tagovailoa. In an interview the other day, I believe it was at a sporting event in Miami, he again talked about Tua, how excited he is to play with Tagovailoa. So I want to ask you guys to go down in the comments section and type Tua in the chat if you believe in Tua. Let's spam the comments full of Tua. Get those Patriot fans, those Tua haters out of the chat. Type Tua down in the comments if you believe in the Dolphins quarterback. Let's talk about Tua's tight end now. That is Mike Gesicki, who was placed on the franchise tag in March. He's been in talks about a guy that maybe could get an extension from the Dolphins, and I think extending him does make some sense. Here's what ESPN's Jeremy Fowler said in this article he put out last week that kind of highlighted a lot of different players that are looking for new deals. Here's what he said. I would be mildly surprised if Gesicki doesn't play on the franchise tag at this point. He'll get a lot of single coverage with receivers Tyreek Hill and Jaylen Waddle on the outside, positioning the tight end to rack up big numbers in his fifth season as a catalyst for free agency. Gesicki is widely considered a fringe top 10 tight end because of his stretch the field ability. His modest 10.7 yards per catch, misleading in 2020 when Ryan Fitzpatrick played part of the season. Gesicki averaged 13.3 yards per catch. Before we get into more about Mike Gesicki, I have a favor to ask you guys. Really appreciate it if you could go ahead and share this video. Click the share icon below the video. Go and tweet it. Tag me at WillScott44, and if you do that, you will get a shout-out on the next show. So go ahead and share this show to get a shout-out on a future Dolphins Today show. I'm all for extending Mike Gesicki. Who doesn't love this guy, right? You look at what he can do. You look at his blocking ability. You look at his catching ability as well. He is really a great all-around quality tight end. Guys like that are hard to find. 780 receiving yards last season. That was a career high. Now, only 2 touchdowns, 73 receptions. That ranked top 5 in the NFL amongst tight ends. So I went ahead and I put together a extension projection for Mike Gesicki. I'm going to give Mike 4 years, $48 million, $12 million per year, $29 million guaranteed. That would make him the 7th highest paid tight end in the league. I believe Mike Gesicki is a top 10 tight end. If he's a top 10 tight end, you got to give him that type of money. But I still think he's going to play under the tag, right? And some guys get tagged, sit out, they miss OTAs, they skip training camp, they don't play in preseason games because they do not want to play under the tag. Mike Gesicki's not that guy. He's a football guy. He's going to get out there and he's going to play. That being said, I'd rather take care of an extension now so you don't let him become a free agent next year. I think Mike Gesicki wants to be a Dolphin for a long time. I hope the Dolphins feel the same way. Do you want to extend Mike Gesicki? Type E for extend or type P for pass down in the comments section. I think it's a no-brainer. If you can do it, if you can figure out logistics, you need to go ahead and extend Mike Gesicki. 780 yards last season, 2 touchdowns, and someone that I think is really due for another big season because you brought in Tyreek Hill. You have Jaylen Waddle. That's going to create some mismatches for Mike Gesicki in the slot. You look at what he's done throughout his entire career, too, and when you're considering whether or not to extend guys, you have to look at, have they progressed year after year? We saw them pick up the 5th-year option on Christian Wilkins. The reason they did that, he has gotten better each and every single year. Mike Gesicki the same way. And I think Mike Gesicki more than capable of being a top-tier tight end in this league for a long time. 5th amongst all tight ends last season in receptions. Look at the guys on that list. Mark Andrews, Travis Kelce, guys that we talk about all the time in terms of tight ends, in terms of what they can do. Mike Gesicki, very underrated. He deserves a little bit more love. Hopefully the Dolphins give it to him by giving him an extension. And look, players like Gesicki are hard to find. If you're a fantasy football player, you understand how difficult it is to find a quality tight end. I didn't win my fantasy league last year because I didn't have any good tight ends on my football team. Mike Gesicki, a good tight end. He's a great blocker, great leader, and I think this year he's going to put up career highs in touchdowns and receiving yards. Even with some of the other weapons the Dolphins have, I think Gesicki's in for a big year. It's tough to find a quality tight end do you can trust as a weapon for Tua. I'm all for extending Mike Gesicki. And if you are all for extending Mike Gesicki, go ahead and hit that big red sub button. We're giving you a Dolphins video each and every single day. So if you're a Dolphins fan, you have come to the right place. Go down and hit that big red sub button right now. Let's get into this PFF article that did a 2021 draft regrade. And of course, we've talked about our grades for the 2022 draft. And a lot of y'all have said, it's too early to grade. Come back in a year and then grade the class. That's exactly what PFF has done. Before we get into what grade they gave the Dolphins, let's revisit the Dolphins' 2021 first-round picks. And boy, did they knock it out of the park on those first 3 picks. Jaylen Waddle, who was outstanding in year 1. Jaelan Phillips, he set the rookie sack record. Jevon Holland, already a top 10 safety in the league as a second-round pick. And then there's Liam Eichenberg. That's unfortunate. Moving on to the next batch of picks. Hunter Long, didn't see a lot of him, just 1 reception this past season. Larnell Coleman was placed on IR. We didn't see him. And then Jared Dokes spent last season on the practice squad. But the bottom line is they nailed the first 3 picks, which is why the initial grade from PFF has gone from a B+ to an A+. They have given the Dolphins 2021 class an A+ grade, and I absolutely agree. You look at what they've done with those first 3 picks. Those first 3 picks, all capable of becoming top 10 players at their respective positions. Do you agree with PFF's regrade? Do you think it is an A+ class? Type A for agree or type D for disagree down in the comments section. Go down and let me know. Here is what PFF said about the Dolphins class. The Dolphins were always going to come away with some talent due to how many picks they had. But they even went above and beyond that. Couldn't agree more. Jaylen Waddle, a true game changer, true game breaker who just needs an offensive line that can give some time to run down the field. And then Jaelan Phillips, the most disappointing of the team's first 3 picks. If Jaelan Phillips is the most disappointing, you know how good all the picks were. And even he managed 39 pressures as a rookie. Jevon Holland, the crown jewel of their class at pick number 36. He's already a top 10 safety in the NFL after an 84.7 overall grade last season. So who out of those 3 your favorite draft pick? Is it Jaylen Waddle, type JW? Is it Jaelan Phillips, type JP? Or if it's Jevon Holland, go and type JH down in the comment section. The Dolphins nailed their first 3 picks, right? And when you're grading a class, you have to look at who their first couple of picks were. Because when you get into round 7, you're just kind of hoping a guy might work out, might make an impact as a rookie. But those first 3 picks, very important. The Dolphins had 2 first-round picks in 2021 and then an early second-round pick. All 3 of those picks they nailed, all 3 in year 1. Very, very impact players, and it's really great to see how they're going to really kind of fit in this Dolphins team going forward. I think all 3 are going to be big for the Dolphins in year 2 as well. Now, looking at the Dolphins' last 4 picks, the jury's still out, right? I mean, 2 7th-round picks. I mean, what can you expect, right? You're just kind of hoping those guys work out. Liam Eichenberg, this is a big year for him. He was the pick right behind Jevon Holland in terms of how the Dolphins selected in last year's draft. So Liam Eichenberg, he might be the starting right tackle this season. He's going to be competing against Austin Jackson in camp. Hey, if Liam Eichenberg goes out and surprises all of us last season, this goes from an A+ to an A++. I really hope Eichenberg can step up. However, I expect Austin Jackson to be the right tackle this season. Shout out to the most comments on our last video. Winter Skull 69 surpassed the record set by BJ Ward. 279 comments from Winter Skull 69. By the way, Winter Skull 69 is the only person on planet Earth that wants J.C. Treader to Miami more than I do. Shout out to him. Nadi with 118 comments. Tyreek, the speed freak, Cheetah, 91 comments. Alex Jeffrey and TT Forever 04 down there in the comments as well. Appreciate you all commenting on one of our last videos. And by the way, you guys can super thank below this video. If you want a shout out on the show, just click the S heart icon below this video to super thank. And if you do that, we'll give you a shout out on the show. This has been Dolphins Today and Will Scott. Talk to you again soon.